Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tesla stock today is up over 4%. Why? Well, we'll talk about it in today's episode. Tomorrow is going to be a massive day for Tesla, and really this week is massive for Tesla. You need to hear this, okay? All of the news today. We're also going to go over the option activity and what's happening in the broader markets, specifically for Tesla. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Exciting times ahead for Tesla stock. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. If you guys want to come join the trading community as well, check that link out down below in the description of today's episode. We take things far beyond Tesla. Okay, I think Tesla is one of those stocks where you're going to have excessive upside in due time. It's one of those stocks that a 20-year-old could invest all their money in. Again, in my view, I'm not a financial advisor, or a 70-year-old could invest all of their money in. It has a very high likelihood of doing well and 10, 20, 30xing in the future. But there is a lot of other opportunities in this market as well. And what I have really done is grown very good at identifying early opportunities. I tend to be really early, and we tend to be correct most of the time. And that's what we're doing, is being early to high quality companies in AI, robotics, energy, biopharmas, gene editing, quantum, okay? I just bought a new stock today. I put $16,000 in. If you guys want to come see that stock and come join us, check that link out down below in the description of today's episode. Like, obviously here, do not be a jackass. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a financial planner. There are things that are out of my control. I cannot control how the economy does. I cannot control what the Fed decides. I cannot control what Trump does or what happens with sentiment around AI, quantum, again, the industries that we just mentioned. We are up 211.23% year to date in the trading community, in the portfolio here. I believe this momentum is going to continue and get even more dramatic into 2026. But I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. It is on you to take risks that you feel comfortable with. And nothing that is ever posted is a financial recommendation. Contact a financial advisor before making investments. But with that said, let's get into today's episode. Okay, so first and foremost, Tesla shared this teaser video, and for whatever reason, it just never wants to load for me, but it's basically the Tesla logo in what looks like some kind of wheel design, like a rim design. And, well, there's been a lot of speculation. This could be anything from, you know, a flying vehicle to the Roadster to the cheaper, lower priced Tesla. Like, there's been a lot of speculation on this. But they teased this to be announced on October 7th, which is tomorrow. So that is partially why Tesla is up almost 5% today. There's some people that are excited about this potential news. Now, Tesla today, well, technically last night at 9:11 p.m., shared this video of headlights. So it definitely looks like we can at least narrow it down to a car. Okay. Is it the Roadster? Is it the cheaper, lower priced Tesla? You know, some people have said that just this look alone looks like some kind of higher end vehicle, like it would be the Roadster or something. Okay. It could be the cheaper, lower priced Tesla. The odds favor the cheaper, lower priced Tesla. And just the headlights alone look good. Now, this is big. If we get the cheaper, lower priced Tesla that actually comes to market this year, as we were hoping for, as management said was going to happen, that is big. Not just from a vehicle sales perspective, because there's, yes, still a lot of people that do care about Tesla's deliveries and whatnot. But management, that's credibility. As management says, hey, we're going to do this year, and they actually do it, that's credible. Okay? They're not delaying it. Now, again, we don't have the news just yet. I'm going to assume we're going to wake up tomorrow with news of the cheaper, lower price Tesla. And hopefully it's not just a stripped down Model 3 or Model Y. Hopefully it's something that's a little bit more unique, a little bit more, I guess, different. But we'll see. Assuming that's what this is, that means management is even more credible on their Optimus claims, their robotaxi claims. Keep in mind, we are expecting some form of commercial sales of Optimus next year. If they can come through with the cheaper, lower price Tesla this year, as we expected, I think that makes the claims of Optimus and anything else that they talk about into the future more credible. So that's really what is fueling Tesla's upside today. Now, keep in mind, why did Tesla fall, on Thursday and on Friday? Delivery numbers. Well, delivery numbers came in much better than expected. Okay? Much, much better than expected. So when you see a stock sell off on such good news, it's still a good thing. It's still good news, right? I expected that this was going to be bought up as the residual sellers get out, the people that were buying the rumors, selling the news. And there's a part of that is happening today as well. The sellers have stepped out and the buyers are stepping back in for, again, the catalyst tomorrow, which is the cheaper, lower price Tesla. And honestly, if that's what we get, you could see the stock go up 10, 15% tomorrow on that alone. Now, that's not a guarantee. That's, some people would say optimistic. A 10% rally from current levels would put the stock at about $494 per share. 15% rally, boom, you're going to break into the 500s. That would mean Tesla stock at about $516 per share. And honestly, I'm excited about those possibilities. Also in the news today, in 1 year, XAI has become the second largest taxpayer in the city and county after FedEx, said Bill Donovan III, a Memphis businessman who sits on the board of directors of the city's Chamber of Commerce. The company has also donated funds to Memphis schools and other organizations and hired workers to go around the city and pick up trash. Finishing Colossus 2, in quotes, will cost tens of billions of dollars, some AI and data center experts say. The NVIDIA chips alone cost a fortune. Musk will need to spend at least $18 billion for the roughly 300,000 more chips he needs to complete the Memphis project. Musk said in July that Colossus 2 will have a total of 550,000 chips and has separate signaled it could eventually have 1 million processing units. The speed at which XAI is doing all of this is incredible. Why do I point this out on or in a Tesla video? Well, Tesla is going to be investing an unknown number into XAI. I believe on November 6th, we'll actually know what the number's roughly going to be like. But from my understanding right now, it's going to be up to the board and up to management how much they want to invest in XAI. But as XAI does well, Tesla will do well. And eventually XAI will go public and their valuation will explode. And Tesla is going to benefit from all of the good things that XAI is doing right now. Oh yeah, did I mention that FSD V14 is also coming this week? Elon and Tesla said it is coming today, but there's still no word on that. So we'll see. Add that to the list of positive things and catalysts happening at Tesla, and boom. Honestly, again, I'm not surprised the stock is up 4.5% today. Honestly, tomorrow is going to be massive. Now, also in the news today, Honda and Acura EV owners in Canada now have access to more than 25,000 Tesla superchargers across North America with the availability of the first Honda-powered NACS CCS DC fast charging adapter. Now, Tesla has released a new video featuring Optimus on how to vote in the upcoming November 6th shareholder meeting. It's basically Optimus here doing things, doing tasks, and showing you how to vote. Okay, if you don't know how to vote, just Google it for your brokerage. You're gonna get an email at some point. Check your email. Just go to your email, type in, Robinhood or Webull or Thinkorswim or Fidelity or SoFi or whatever you guys use, and you're gonna see the link to vote your shares. Make sure you go and vote your shares, whether you have 1 or 100,000 shares. And these are some of the images of Optimus that were brought to us in that video. Again, the video is about 3 minutes long. It's not super long, but I don't think there's too much investing new information that comes out of it. And we like to really focus on new information. And, well, it's cool, but just for time's sake, I don't think we have to watch it. But Optimus definitely doing a lot of different tasks here. Look, Optimus featured next to the Cybercab. That one's pretty cool. Optimus at the diner, building a hot dog. So it's cool, but doesn't move the needle for Tesla. Isn't new, not really. And I think most people know how to vote anyways. So yeah. This news today says that searches for, quote, AI bubble are skyrocketing towards a record high after NVIDIA's AMD deal. If we learned anything from the .com bubble, it is that if people are saying you're in a bubble, you're not in a bubble, okay? It's once even the bears start to, get into markets, start to recommend some of these stocks, that you're really in a bubble, right? And there's some areas of our markets that are definitely pricing in some hefty things. Like I just looked at Applied Digital today. The stock, it's at $28 a share. I bought that 6 months ago at like $3 a share. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some areas that are pricing in good things, but the news we're getting is really good. Like the news justifies where these stocks are going. So is it a bubble? No. I think the investment is going to continue for years and honestly decades into the future. So I don't think we are anywhere even close to a bubble. And there's one big difference between what we're going through today in AI and the transformation that we are seeing and the argument for this is a bubble. And this is really all you need to know. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner, but we are in an AI Cold War with China. Whatever country wins this, whether it's the US or China, is going to be the dominant force in the world. Okay? America is competing with China to hold the top country status of the world. Okay, the government is going to incentivize and subsidize AI investment before we lose that. I'll tell you that now. And we're not even close to like the government like giving away money to companies to compete in AI. But that's what it would come down to before a bubble pops. Before we're actually in a bubble. In other words, there is going to be years and at least a decade ahead of us of just money flowing into AI because we cannot afford not to. It's kind of like Google, right? Google as a company is under attack from AI. ChatGPT and these large language models, a lot of the times they're even giving you better results than Google. Now, I still love Google. I still use Google, right? But some things Google's not as good for. Right? Well, it's kind of like Google. Google has said before, they have no choice but to invest aggressively in AI. Google has said that they would rather overinvest in AI and waste the money than underinvest and basically lose their business. Seems like an obvious choice. The same is happening on a countrywide level, okay, with AI. America itself cannot afford to not invest in AI. whether that's military applications, healthcare applications, software applications, it doesn't matter. See, this is where a lot of people get lost in, just looking at companies saying, okay, this stock's overvalued. Sure, that can happen. That will happen. There will be failures in AI. But this is bigger than one company. This is countries we're talking about. This is not to sound doomsday-ish, but this is New World Order kind of shit decades from now. The country that wins AI wins dominance in the world. Political, influential, militarily, okay? Long before an AI bubble pops, you're going to have the government literally giving away hundreds of billions of dollars to companies to compete in AI if the US falls behind. That's not my thought. That's not my expectation. Okay. But there is fierce competition right now as we speak. And Donald Trump actually said this today, in which we'll get into that in just a moment. And even well-known veteran investors, multi-billionaires like Paul Tudor Jones said that the markets today feel exactly like 1999, but he's missing what I just explained. He's missing the bigger picture. He's looking at markets from a macro perspective or micro perspective. He's not looking at things from the macro perspective of, what's driving this. White House Press Secretary Leavitt says that tariff rebates was an idea discussed. No decision has been made. This is on the $1,000 to $2,000 essentially stimulus checks given out of the tariff money. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says ChatGPT hits 800 million weekly users, launches apps SDK to let developers build interactive apps inside ChatGPT. Leavitt says that trade will be a topic of talks with Canada's Prime Minister Carney. Leavitt says the administration is working very hard to move the ball forward as quickly as we can. Leavitt says that Trump spoke with Senate Majority Leader and has spoken with House Speaker Johnson. The White House says that hundreds of thousands of federal workers have been furloughed. It says that Trump is ready to sign a bill to reopen the government as soon as it's sent to his desk. And Trump says he will host a cabinet meeting on Thursday. The White House says if the Democrats do not open the government tonight, workers will not get their next paychecks. Trump's AI and crypto czar Sachs says, I see NVIDIA's Jensen Huang as a strategic asset in the AI race. Trump's AI and crypto czar Sachs says there's a case for selling China depreciated AI chips. He also says the US should seek to dominate in the global AI market share. He says that China is the main competitor for the US in the AI race. Now, Trump's AI czar also says that AMD's OpenAI deal shows AI market is booming and competitive. And AMD's CEO Lisa Su says the OpenAI deal is a big valuation for its tech. And if you guys did not see the news today, AMD's stock skyrockets 30% as OpenAI looks to take a stake in the AI chip maker. OpenAI and AMD have reached a deal that could see Sam Altman's company take a 10% stake in the chip maker. OpenAI will deploy up to 6 gigawatts of AMD in synced GPUs over multiple years, beginning with 1 gigawatt rollout in 2026. AMD issued OpenAI a warrant for up to 160 million shares with vesting tied to deployment and share price milestones. So this again just further reiterates the growth for AI is going to last a very long time. But if you are a viewer and or subscriber of this channel, you know that Tesla is the world's biggest real-world AI company, okay? And Wall Street has slowly started to catch on to this, but it's going to become more and more obvious as Tesla stock goes higher, as more people start to realize what Tesla is doing. There is no bigger project than Optimus. Secondly, there's no second project bigger than self-driving cars and robotaxis. I think Optimus tops robotaxi, by the way. So that's why I say it like that. But Tesla is a leader in both fields. And I don't see anyone being able to compete even remotely. Why? Not because they can't build robots or build prototypes, but it's much different building a prototype versus mass production of a robot that people actually want to buy that is useful. That's where Tesla will excel, is their manufacturing capacity. And honestly, I don't think that's given enough credit to. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this video. We have a lot to talk about in the next video. Hopefully you guys learned something in this one. Hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check out that link down below in the description of today's video to come join the trading community if you would like to. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.